This podcast is sponsored by sciencebased.learning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at sciencebased.learning.com.
Mastering the imperfect tense for are verbs in Spanish. Learn the imperfect tense endings for are verbs in Spanish, where to use them, and some exceptions. Enhance your Spanish grammar skills. Understanding the imperfect tense in Spanish for are verbs. Learning Spanish involves understanding various verb tenses, one of which is the imperfect tense. This tense is used to describe past actions that are incomplete, habitual, or ongoing. For English speakers learning Spanish, the imperfect tense might seem a bit challenging at first, but with practice and understanding, it becomes an integral part of effective communication. The imperfect tense endings for are verbs include the following. Aba, yo, él, ella, usted, used with the first and third person singular. Habas, tú, used with the second person singular. Habamos, nosotros, as, used with the first person plural. Habáis, vosotros, as, used with the second person plural, primarily in Spain. Haban, ellos, ellas, ustedes, used with the third person plural. These endings are added to the stem of the verb. To illustrate, let's look at the verb hablar, to speak. Yo hablaba. I was speaking, I used to speak. Tú hablabas, you were speaking, you used to speak. Él, ella, usted hablaba. He, she was speaking, you, formal, used to speak. Nosotros hablábamos, we were speaking, we used to speak. Vosotros hablabais. You all, informal, were speaking, used to speak. Common in Spain. Ellos, ellas, ustedes hablaban. They were speaking. They used to speak. The imperfect tense is essential for expressions related to time, weather, age, and feelings in the past. For example, consider the following uses. Cuando era niño, jugaba con mis amigos todos los días. When I was a child, I played with my friends every day. Mientras trabajábamos en el jardín, llovía. While we were working in the garden, it was raining. Now let's explore some exceptions and nuances. Unlike other tenses, the imperfect for are verbs is quite regular. However, it is important to recognize that certain verbs are rarely used in the imperfect due to their nature, such as amar, to love, and detestar, to detest. These verbs often describe states rather than ongoing actions and may not naturally fit the imperfect context. Another point of interest is the difference between the imperfect and the preterite tenses in Spanish, which is one of aspect rather than time. The imperfect focuses on the progression or repetition of past actions, while the preterite is used to express completed actions. For example, compare. Imperfect. Él estudiaba cada noche. He used to study every night. Emphasizes habitual action. Preterite. Él estudió anoche. He studied last night. Highlights a completed action. Understanding these distinctions will significantly enhance your fluency and comprehension in Spanish. Regular practice will help reinforce these patterns, making them second nature in your communication. Continue your journey in mastering Spanish by exploring more resources. Learn more at sciencebased.learning.com to gain in-depth insights and examples that complement your learning experience. Additionally, consider obtaining comprehensive guides and materials to further bolster your understanding of Spanish grammar and its applications. Get your copy now to dive deeper.